Who got the swag? Forward a man, man my Donna John go to check.
Yo, what is good, guys? Back here with another vlog. Now, I told y'all to give me suggestions, and one of the suggestions was my personal favorite 5 Korean MCs that I really like. Now, as a disclaimer, again, I will reiterate that this is a list of my personal favorite ones. It is not a best of list. So for y'all people who go from video to video, and if y'all don't see the name of the person that you personally like, you're freaking out and disliking, fuck off, go somewhere else. That's not what this is. These are just the 5 MCs that I find myself personally listen to the most, and that I really mess with their music and their style, and really suited to my taste. So with that disclaimer, let's get into the list.
I don't need a fucking comma. 래퍼들은 제대로 컴만해 이름은 일일이 비행 컨수. 시간이 필요해졌어 많이. 기억도 못할 스케줄 때문에 필요해진 자비.
Alright guys, so number 1, for y'all who have followed me, y'all would know him already. Deepflow, man, big fan of this dude. Known him pretty much as long as I've been listening to Korean music, and I probably got turned on to him 2013, between 2012 and 2013. And since then, just everything from his bars to his flow, he has that kind of throwback retro style and aggression that I really like. I'm a big fan of 90s era rap music, and he definitely falls right into there. Definitely the song that took it to the next level for me was Jakdu along with Nuksal. That song is just super hard. Definitely something I'd recommend you guys check out. It has a strong boom bap vibe to it, an amazing vocal sample on it too, and just everybody absolutely snaps on their verse in that, and a great music video as well. So that was the kind of song that took it to the next level for me, and I was like, yo, Deepflow is that guy. I believe, yeah, he's signed to what, VMC? I'm pretty sure he's signed to VMC, and they just have an amazing roster, and he's definitely, for me, takes the cake. So, on to the second one, E-Sens, needs no introduction. Y'all should already know about him. Controversial dude, man, and then that was kind of like part of the draw initially. I mean, obviously I was a huge fan of Supreme Team early on, and then when I got to learn about them as individuals, Simon D and E-Sens, I was like, yo, this dude, he's dope, man. He's like, the anecdote is probably, if I had to say what's the best Korean hip-hop album of the modern era, it has to be the anecdote, man. That album is just absolutely incredible, top to bottom. It's just so lucid, and it just, the way he paints the pictures and the emotion behind it, the wordplay, his pen game is strong. Definitely go check that out if you haven't heard that album thus far. And I just like dude because he just really don't give a fuck, man. You know what I mean? Like, whether he's wrapped up in some weed charges or what, he's just doing his thing, man. And I can't help but fuck with dude. He's doing his thing. I'm a big fan of his, and he's arguably one of the most talented dudes in the game. And I can't do a my favorite personal hip hop list without naming E-Sens. Next, you already know I did a video on him sometime back at this point, the history of Beenzino. He's my favorite Korean rapper probably of all time, just because his music just is definitely my kind of style. I'm a really big fan of jazz rap and people who use kind of jazz and soul samples in their music, and everything from like his beat choices to his kind of melodic delivery, the way he kind of crafts projects, to me is just flawless. And I've loved every single project he's put out. Every single he's put out, I think, have been so different, whether you're talking from like Dolly Von Picasso to Break to We Are Going To, just a number of singles he's put out that I think each have its own kind of like style and flair that I really connected with. And I'm just such a big fan of dude. And he's a young dude, and it's crazy how like he's not that old, but he's been in the game for a good minute now. He has music dating back to what, like 2009 or something like that, so he's been grinding for a good like 8 years now. And whether it's his stuff with Jazzy Fact, his solo material, his like collective stuff with Illionaire, like he's had so many phases in his career, and he's just a really intriguing individual for me. And his visual game is on a different level, man. If you watch his music videos, they're just like mind-blowing and super artistic, and I can't get over how big of a fan I am of him. So ain't a list without Beenzino. Next up we have Tiger JK, an absolute legend of the game. For me, one of the most important figures in the Korean hip-hop scope. If I had to make a comprehensive list, he would definitely be up there, whether it's his solo material or his kind of, back when he was in the duo Drunken Tiger, or now that he's in MFBTY, he's starting his own feel-good music thing, or he's started already at this point. He's just an absolutely, like, integral part of Korean hip hop. And if you consider yourself a Korean hip hop fan, if you're not familiar with Tiger JK's music, you're missing out, man, dude. Like, when you want to talk about that kind of guttural, almost like reggae inspired melodic delivery, you can't get anybody better than Tiger JK. And you want to talk about just a phenomenal body of work. He does not have a bad album. Dude's pen game is strong. His delivery and flow are phenomenal. His beat choice have been on point. He's longevity. He's been in the game for a long time now. And man, he's just proved himself over the test of time to really kind of change his style. Well, he doesn't change his style, but he adjusts with the times. It keeps everything relevant and sounding fresh. So definitely got to show my love to Tiger JK. And then lastly, again, PType, man. PType. When I tell you there isn't a Korean rapper with a better flow, I mean that, man. PType, I got turned on to him pretty early on in my kind of like Korean music exploration days. He had a project. I forget the name of it, the street poetry, I think at the time, that he was pushing. And when the moment I heard that album, I was like, yo, this is that dude. And it was a perfect segue into the Korean music space. I was coming off of kind of like the year and a half of just straight binging and studying 90s music and then 90s hip hop and kind of like that East Coast scene. And so it was like a smooth transition into starting to listen to his music. And I just think that he's super underrated in my opinion. And it's a shame, I know a lot of younger people who are not super familiar with the genre probably got their first look at him via Show Me the Money, and he didn't do so well in that. So that's a shame, but all the OGs and all the people who, have done their homework know how much of a legend he is and how much he transcends all that kind of stuff. But yeah, man, such a big fan of this dude, and can't recommend him enough. Again, check out his albums. Not too many Korean rappers, they could drop dope singles, but not too many of them can drop good albums. And if you look on this list of the 5 MCs, whether it's Deepflow, E-Sens, Beenzino, Tiger JK, or PType, you notice the reoccurring theme that these are all artists that specialize in crafting projects, and that's what I appreciate most. I can get down with an artist that can have dope singles, and that's great. But if you can't construct a full project or full mixtape or whatever, then it's really not for me, because I like that kind of like long form content. And not long form as in it has to be like 2 hours long, but over multiple tracks. If you can only drop one track and then the rest of them are trash, I'm not really interested in you. And I guess I'm a little old school in that regard. But yeah, man, hope you guys enjoyed the video. This was just a quick little vlog thing that y'all asked me to check out. I'm gonna have a number of these coming out, a couple a week, based on the questions that you guys leave me down below. And again, if you have another vlog topic that you want me to cover, leave it down in the comment section below, and I would love to know, what are your top 5 favorite Korean MCs? I love to know. I'm always curious on people's different top 5s. Till next time, this is JV here. I love you guys. Bye.